My child, listen to me for a moment. You are not behind. Not spiritually, not emotionally, not financially, not relationally, not in life. You are not late. You are not failing. You are not missing your moment. You scroll and it feels like everyone else is ahead. They are graduating, getting married, starting businesses, buying homes, growing platforms, finding purpose. And you sit there thinking, what am I doing wrong? Comparison has been whispering to you for too long. It tells you that your pace is proof of your inadequacy. It tells you that visibility equals value. It tells you that speed equals success. But I'm not comparing you to anyone else. And you were never meant to compare yourself either. Galatians 6:4-5 says, each one should test their own actions without comparing themselves to someone else, for each one should carry their own load. This verse is teaching you about personal assignment. You have your load. They have theirs. The true meaning of this verse is stewardship, not competition. I did not create you to run someone else's race. I designed you for a specific path. When you compare, you distort your focus. You look sideways instead of forward. You evaluate your journey by someone else's chapter. But you are not in their chapter. You are in yours. Some of you feel embarrassed by where you are. You think you should have achieved more by now. You think you should be further along. You measure your worth by milestones, but milestones are not identity. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, he has made everything beautiful in its time. This verse is teaching you about divine timing. It's time, not their time, not social media's time, not culture's timeline, yours. The true meaning of this verse is intentional unfolding. A flower does not bloom because another flower did. It blooms when it is ready. If it blooms too early, it weakens. If it blooms too late, it misses the season. Timing matters, and I control it. You call your season slow. I call it preparation. You call your pace delayed. I call it alignment. Psalm 139:16 says, all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. This verse is teaching you about intentional design. Your days were written, not rushed, not improvised, not reacting to someone else's achievements. Written. The true meaning of this verse is that your story has structure. I am not surprised by where you are. I am not frustrated with your pace. I am not comparing you to someone else's progress. I am shaping you according to purpose. You do not see what I am protecting you from. Sometimes I slow you down to protect you from pressure you are not ready to carry. Sometimes I keep you hidden to protect you from exposure you are not prepared for. Sometimes I delay visibility to strengthen identity. Because if your identity depends on applause, comparison will destroy you. Comparison steals gratitude. It steals contentment. It steals focus. It tells you that what you have is not enough because someone else has more. But you do not know what they sacrificed. You do not know what they struggle with. You do not know what burdens they carry quietly. 2 Corinthians 10:12 says, when they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are not wise. This verse is teaching you that comparison clouds judgment. It creates false metrics. It builds insecurity. It shifts your focus from calling to competition. You were not created for competition. You were created for communion. Communion with me, calling through me, growth in me. When you compare, you either feel inferior or superior. Both are distortions. Inferiority says I'm not enough. Superiority says I'm better. Neither reflect truth. Truth says you are uniquely designed. Your strengths are different. Your struggles are different. Your timeline is different. And different does not mean deficient. Some of you feel invisible. You think because your progress is quiet, it is insignificant. But depth grows in quiet seasons. Roots strengthen underground. The tree does not apologize for growing slowly. It grows steadily. I would rather build you steady than fast. Speed impresses people. Depth sustains you. You think if you were further along, you would feel secure. But security is not found in comparison. It is found in identity. Your identity is not in what you have achieved. It is not in what you have accumulated. It is not in how many people recognize you. It is in who I say you are. You are mine, chosen, known, formed with an intention. You are not behind. You are developing. You are not late. You are learning. You are not failing. You are forming. You do not see the character forming in this season. You do not see the patience strengthening. You do not see the humility stabilizing. You do not see the resilience deepening. But I do, and that matters more than public milestones. Some of you are in a building season, others are in a harvesting season, and you are comparing your building to their harvest. But harvest only comes after building, after planting, after watering, after waiting. If you try to harvest before planting, you will only find frustration. Trust your season, trust your pace, trust my design. When insecurity rises, remember, you are not running late, you are running aligned. When comparison whispers, they're ahead, answer with truth. I am on my path. You are not responsible for matching someone else's rhythm. You are responsible for obedience in your own. I am not holding a scoreboard. I am shaping a soul. You may not be where you want to be, but you are exactly where growth is happening, exactly where resilience is forming, exactly where your identity is strengthening. Do not rush the becoming. Do not despise the process. Do not resent the pace, my child. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not late. You are learning. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared. I am not comparing you to anyone else. I am walking with you, step by step, day by day. Trust your timeline. Trust your process. Trust my hand. You are not behind. You are mine, and that is enough.